So amidst all of the Pokemon Sword and Shield controversy, I decided to try out the new Pokemon anime. To my surprise, it has already released the first episode, and it was actually pretty great. There are some obvious flaws, but for the most part, I really enjoyed this episode. So it actually focused on Pikachu before he met Ash, and they actually go back to Pichu, and you see Pichu evolve into Pikachu in this very episode. And honestly, it was a lot more emotional than I thought it was going to be. Like, I was tearing up. I mean, there wasn't full tears, but it was quite sad and heartwarming. But the episode basically had two subplots. It had everything with Pichu, and then it had the new character Go as a young child chasing down a Mew, because they also put Mew in this episode, and it seems as if they're setting up Mew as this big plot element. So, quick fun fact about me, I haven't watched one of these animes since Sinnoh. I've seen scenes and clips from X and Y and Sun and Moon, but I've never fully watched one of these episodes since Sinnoh. So take that as you will, this was just my experience. It focused on the Pichu first, and he met with a bunch of Kangaskhan, and it's really heartwarming and cute. He makes friends with the baby Kangaskhan's and everything, and it's super adorable. Pikachu's a lot more nice than you would think, because when he meets Ash, obviously, he's a piece of shit at first, he's an asshole, but before he met Ash, he was actually pretty nice. So obviously, it was due to bonding with a trainer at first that Pikachu didn't like, but then he did afterwards because, you know, the bonds of friendship, blah, 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 blah. But it was really heartwarming seeing the Pichu with the Kangaskhan trying to make a home for himself, because they emphasized the fact that Pikachu is so lonely, which makes sense, and it was a cool plot development to carry that forwards into meeting the Kangaskhan and then corresponding that with meeting Ash. By the end of the episode, he leaves the Kangaskhan because they're getting really heavy and the Kangaskhan's getting tired, so Pichu's like, "Aw, he's so sad." So he leaves the clan, he leaves him, and then he evolves straight after that. He's like, "Whoa, I'm a Pikachu now." It was so cool, it was so heartwarming. And then it just kind of flashes forward to when he meets Ash, the whole same story. That was my favorite part of the episode by far. That was really cool plot development right there. I wish it would have lasted maybe a bit longer than one episode, because I liked seeing that kind of stuff. But either way, it was very cool, and I hope we get more stuff like that in the future, more flashback type stuff like that to fleshing out the world. I like that quite a bit, so they should do that more in my opinion. And then the other half of the episode focused on Go. He knows everything about Pokemon. Go is this new character, by the way, that they kept on promoting in all of the posters and all that. So he was just spitting out them Pokemon facts, as you would. Then he comes across Mew, and he's not seen a Mew before, and starts chasing Mew down, and Mew's a little mischief, and he's messing with all the Pokemon and the Kangaskhan and all of that. It's really cool. I like to see Mew. I like that they put Mew in the very first episode, and they had quite a prominent role as well. It wasn't just like the Ho-Oh at the end of the Indigo League episode. It was a full-on, proper part of the episode, so I'm really curious to see if they incorporate that into any future episodes and how often they'll have Mew appear from now on. But I really liked that development, and Go is now kind of making it his goal to try and catch Mew, and I think that's a very cool incentive and a cool character motivation. I like that quite a bit. Go seems like an okay character so far. He seems to be a bit of a big shot, like a know-it-all. I'm sure that'll develop throughout the series, because it was when he was younger. I don't know if his attitude's going to be changed when he's 10 years old. So hopefully that does develop, because he's kind of unlikable, but if that's what the story is going for and they're going to try and redeem him, then I totally don't mind that at all. I think that's a cool development. And also, it was weird because Ash was like not in this episode at all. They did the funny thing again where he wakes up late, he's got the smashed Pokeball alarm clock with the Pidgey, just like the first episode, but this was for the Pokemon camp with Professor Oak showing off Pokemon and Pokemon battles. So I thought that was pretty funny. So they actually made Ash just like skip out on that entire episode. I found that quite humorous, but then they flashed forwards into the future and they showed Ash waking up late, but he still makes it, he gets his Pikachu, blah blah blah, they become best friends, you know the story. So they do all of that, but I think it's cool that they kind of left him out, because you don't need to focus on Ash straight away, you know. Like, giving the spotlight to the new character and giving the spotlight to Pikachu, or Pichu before it became Pikachu. What, not a bad idea. I'm actually pretty happy with that. I was pretty pleased with the episode. I think some of the stuff could have been more developed, like Pichu. Maybe they could have done a bit more than Pichu's just with the Kangaskhan clan. Maybe they could have made that last a bit longer than one episode. And maybe it shouldn't have flashed forward straight away from Pikachu leaving the clan to just meeting Ash. But that's pretty pretty much my only complaints. The visuals and the art style and the music, all on point, and I'm pretty sure that's been on point for quite a while now, but I just want to emphasize it. It looked really good. It feels like I'm watching one of the animated movies, but it's an episode. It's just part of the episode. I think that's really, really cool. I really am a fan of animation, so watching this, no complaints really. Like, maybe some of the character models can look off in the background, but it's usually like blurred. It's never in your face. So that is pretty much the whole episode. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I'm excited for next week. I think it's weekly. I'm not 100% sure. Guys, I haven't seen it since Sinnoh. I don't know how it works. And I also watched it in Japanese. I've never actually watched a full episode in Japanese before, so there you have it. Let me know if I'm missing anything, please. I'm kind of a Pokemon anime noob, sort of. I've seen up to Sinnoh, and then I kind of stopped. So if there's anything I need to know, you should let me know in the comments. But that is pretty much everything I've got to say. It was a cool episode, and I really hope that it carries on forward with this consistent quality level. And I'm also hoping, I'm going to throw this in here really quick, I hope they don't do a lot of filler, because I know that was a problem for me in Sinnoh, where they did a lot of Team Rocket filler. If they don't do that a lot, then I'll be happy, but we'll see. I don't know if that's being a prominent thing in the latest Pokemon episode, so definitely let me know about that as well, please. And that's it. Very good episode, and it was very, very sad.